Moon, happy new moon, and Jupiter going direct. Today, my Wednesday live is all about the natal moon and the wisdom of your natal moon, the intelligence of your natal moon, and how to use your Jyotish chart as a resource for awakening lunar intelligence. So I started sharing Jyotish wisdom over a decade ago, and through the years, I've added and integrated a very body centered approach to using Vedic astrology. My background is not only in Vedic knowledge and wisdom and the branches of the Ved, like Ayurveda and Jyotish, but also body centered expressive art therapy. That was my undergraduate degree and my master's work as well. And I can't see outside of body and body centered intelligence and wisdom. It doesn't make sense to me. Everything that I see is oriented towards body and the wisdom of the body. And that's how I use Jyotish. So I'm going to give you a very body centered approach to working with the moon and understanding lunar intelligence, because that's the way that I see and that's the way that I work. And just a reminder that no matter where you are in your healing journey or the way that you work with your clients, Jyotish can be a powerful resource to add to your toolkit if you want to enhance the way that you work with your own body as well as your clients' bodies. So let's refine the understanding of what the moon is, first of all. The expression of the moon. And this is from a Vedic perspective, and of course, a body centered approach to Jyotish or Vedic astrology. So, when you're looking at your Jyotish chart, remember that you're looking at a map of your body, your whole body, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies. And the moon specifically is an expression of your emotional body and your intellect. And I consider Jyotish to be very feminine, rooted in the feminine, because moon is given high priority. Understanding the nature of your natal moon, understanding the impact your mother and her lineage has on your physiology either sets us up for immense nourishment or malnourishment. And we can see this in a Jyotish chart. So we want to understand our intelligence. How do we orient in this body? What's the intelligence of this body? And how do we experience the world? But it's not even just experiencing. Through the moon, we actually understand on a more refined level how a body feels in this world. And I won't go into my whole thesis around colonization, patriarchy, misogyny, and spiritual trauma. However, I want to plant that seed and remind you that this disconnection with the emotional body is systemic. And for generations, for thousands of years, there has been trauma as a result of disconnection with the emotional body. And as a result, we are quite ignorant when it comes to emotion, feeling, and grief work, and the intelligence of our moon wisdom. And it's one of the reasons why I'm passionate about the moon and lunar intelligence and the experience of the emotional body, and the intelligence is really rooted in the emotional body, our feeling level. The ability to feel, that is your divine gift, especially as a healer. And if we're disconnected from our ability to feel, to deeply feel on a embodied level, then we are going to miss the intelligence of our gifts, our wisdom, our intuition, and we won't be effective guides, healers, facilitators, support. So the power of your body is really rooted in the emotional body, and that's something that has long been forgotten. And even from a Jyotish perspective, of course, Jyotish is rampant, wrought with patriarchy, misogyny, colonialism, and a serious disconnection from the true intelligence of the body. And the intelligence of the body is truly rooted in the moon. So when we look at the moon in a Jyotish chart, we're really looking at the intellect, the deep cellular embodied intelligence of this being and how it feels in the world, how it feels in the body, how it feels in the environment, how it experiences the world through the feeling level. That's your intelligence. So looking at your natal moon is a powerful opening. It's a window into how does this body experience life? How does this body experience emotion? Is this body disconnected from emotion? Is it overwhelmed with emotion? Is it balanced? And this imprint with the emotional body is handed to you by your lineage, by your ancestors. And so when we're looking at the natal moon, we're also looking at your mother and your mother's lineage and the imprint that has come into your body, the imprint in your body that is given to you by your mother and your mother's lineage. And on some level, this is also the women, the female line on your father's side. But very specifically, the moon will show you the imprint of the emotional body intelligence from your mother and your mother's lineage. And so remember, and I'll just give you that breakdown of karma once again. So I feel like I say this in all my classes, but it's really important to remember that 25% of your karma comes from father and father's lineage. 25% of your karma comes from your previous incarnations. 25% of your karma comes from mother and mother's lineage. And 25% of your karma comes from the 9-month gestation period. So 50% of your karma is imprinted by mother, mother's body, the way that she experiences life physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. But in fact, it's the feminine and it's the mother and the mother's lineage that gives us our imprinting around feeling. What is my relationship with my emotion, my ability to feel in this world? And when generations of disconnection with the emotional body occur, it will take one individual with high sensitivity, and often these are the clients that I'm working with. There's a high sensitivity that equates to extreme emotional intelligence. We just have to know how to use this gift, and we need to be in right relationship with this big feeling body. So if you have been imprinted with a disconnection from the emotional body. It might be you that is here to reconnect with that emotional body intelligence and reawaken it. And learning how to surf the waves, learning how to dance with the tides, the cycles, and the rhythms of the moon will become absolutely vital for you and your journey. And of course, this is usually one of the gifts that I see healers have, that there is a strong lunar intelligence, an ability to feel deeply and to experience life through the feeling body, which is in fact our intelligence. And when the emotional body is shut down, or we're disconnected from it, or we're eating foods that close the heart lotus, or environments, relationships that shut us down on a heart level and on an emotional body level, then we will lose the connection to the gift of our intellect and our true intelligence, which is emotion, feeling. And it's really important that we have this ability to feel. This is the intuition. And so when we lose our connection to emotion and feeling and the intelligence of the body, we also lose our connection to intuition, which is a very subtle layer of the emotional body. So ancestral karma is deeply rooted in, of course, the body, and even epigenetically how things are passed, what's turned on, what's turned off. Your natal moon is going to tell you, of course, the imprint in the body at the time of your birth, and then you start evolving immediately at that point. And so, what's my relationship with the nourishment of my soul? That's what your moon is. I'm going to just keep going and go ahead and give a proper close here to our moon wisdom class. And there'll be part 1 and there'll be part 2. For some reason, we got disconnected. So, as I was talking about lunar intelligence and the wisdom of the moon, the impact on your body and your life, and the necessity for understanding your natal moon from a Jyotish perspective, and not just a Jyotish perspective, but a body centered Jyotish perspective. So, assessing the challenges and the resources, the gifts and the challenges or the places where you need support, more consciousness, more awareness. And the Jyotish chart can bring this awareness to you that really support consciousness on the light of the soul. Jyoti means light. And Jyotish has always been used for this purpose. It's a very ancient Vedic tool. The intelligence of the ancient Vedic astrologers was immense. The layers are endless, and the layers that can support you in your healing process continue to unfold. And I mean, I'm 42 now and started studying my Jyotish chart at age 7, and I still look at the chart and see and have new insights and expanded awareness of what my body is telling me and what I need on a more refined level. And so Jyotish is a very layered process. And my encouragement to you is using it in a body-centered way. That's the highest purpose of Jyotish. It's not about prediction. It's about healing and strengthening the trust in your body and soul so that you can strengthen and stay in alignment with your Dharma, the purpose of your soul, the nourishment of your soul. So, studying your natal moon is a powerful entry point into understanding who am I? How am I? What am I here to do? What supports me What nourishment is here for me, and where do I need to strengthen more nourishment in order to be successful? Because remember, success comes through contentment and satisfaction. And so it's through the natal moon that we will see how nourished we will feel on the path itself, how nourished we will be through our Dharma, and what kind of nourishment is available to us. And that's both material world nourishment, resources, and support, as much as spiritual nourishment and support. But we need the feeling level, the intelligence of the body to be awake and alive. Strengthening your moon and your moon wisdom is ideal, and it's one of the reasons why still, after over a decade, I still share full moon and new moon wisdom. This is actually how my offerings began, and still to this day I do it because I'm tracking the moon, and my orientation to the moon and the moon wisdom is central to how I do business, how I teach, and how I feel in the cycles and the rhythms of body and life. And so I want to support you in that. And that's one of the reasons why I share my sidereal or Vedic moon wisdom, waxing and waning cycles. And I offer that wisdom to all of you who can benefit from it. And spending time underneath the moon, a full moon, brings so much soma, supports so much lunar intelligence. Spending time with the moon, it's a powerful way to strengthen your lunar intelligence and to have the body literally drink up the soma, which can heal the body from EMFs and pollutants, or any of the things that keep us disconnected from our lunar intelligence. Spending more time under the light of the moon will support more moon wisdom within your body. Pearls are another way to strengthen lunar intelligence. And wearing pearls, but I would say Jyotish quality pearls. And of course, only if pearls are good for you and you need to wear a pearl. You'll need to consult a Jyotish gemstone expert for that. But pearls are connected to the moon, and they are the Vedic gemstone for enhancing the moon. And they can be beneficial on many levels if you're having moon issues or if you need more nourishment from the moon. And of course, honoring cycles and rhythms, tracking the waxing and waning cycles, honoring the tides, the high tide and low tide that occurs every month. It's one of the most effective ways to strengthen lunar intelligence and the wisdom of your own moon and your own emotional body. And even cycling your work schedule, the way that you work with your clients. Every newsletter that I put out is timed with nakshatras and moon wisdom, and using the moon wisdom to support you in enhancing and strengthening your business success, your worldly success on every level is so essential. And it's one of the reasons why I believe after over a decade, I'm still having more and more success, because I time my offerings and what I share and how I share it with nature and nature's wisdom. And I encourage you to do the same. So in a waxing cycle, there's more energy, there's more life force. And just as you watch the ocean During a waning cycle or a low tide, there is less life force energy. So, paying attention to these tides in your body and timing your business appropriately. So, for those of you experienced healers who you've been working with clients already for years, you have your own healing practice, you've been committed to your healing practice for many years now, you already have a level of success, this is for you. I work with experienced healers who are very committed to their path and their purpose, and yet there's something missing. There may be a malnourishment, a disconnection somewhere, gaps in how you are expressing, sharing, or even working with your clients, that there's some discontent or malnourishment that's been showing up in your body and in your offerings. So, this is for you. And last week, I offered my Jyotish mini course, and the doors have closed now. But for those of you who can benefit from this entry level offering into using Jyotish as a body centered tool for healing and diagnosis and enhancing your own inner intelligence as well as how you work with your clients, I want to give you one last chance to join this special mini course with all the extra bonuses and even the discount that I offered. And this will be for a very limited time. If you see this today and you type success below, then I will know that you're an experienced healer who's ready for enhancement and growth on your path in body and business. And I'll personally reach out to you and share more details with you. So type success below for all the details about my Jyotish mini course, a body centered Jyotish resource to support you in laying the foundation for using Jyotish as a tool of healing and transformation. And this is very limited time offer. We've already closed the doors on this, but I just want to make sure that there's no one else out there who really needs this. Whether you're just starting your Jyotish practice or you are a long-term Jyotish Jyotishi or Jyotish student, this can still benefit you. It's a different way of using Jyotish, and this is how I teach. And as you can tell from our class today, there is a body-centered wisdom that we need to awaken from our Jyotish chart. It is a map of your body. It's a map of your body. And if you know that more body wisdom and working with your body in a more intelligent, refined way would be helpful for you and your clients, type success below. I'll follow up with you and I'll offer you the special bonuses that come with my Jyotish mini course. And this week only, we'll close it as of Friday. And I won't be letting anyone else into this process. We have a class coming up next week. And in order for me to get everyone's charts out to them, I need you to be in the door by Friday so that we can all gather together next week. So type success below. I'll follow up with you. And happy new moon. And so glad Jupiter is direct now. I hope you're feeling the abundance and the nourishment that is coming through this new moon Jupiter